Given some Spaniards, 2 bulls, and an arena, one naturally expects to see a bullfight or some variation thereof. Nothing, however, could be less like the traditional Spanish pastime than the performance presented in this country some time ago by Hunyadi Llanos performing bulls. Bulls are proverbial for their clumsiness, especially when in china shops or other limited areas. The writer witnessed a striking and amusing illustration of this trait in bovine character some time ago, when a bull sought refuge from pursuit in a well-known hotel in Bedford, climbed the stairs, to the consternation of everybody, and having forced his way into the proprietor's bedroom, proceeded to amuse himself by smashing up the furniture. Though Mr. Llanos' bulls are remarkably docile, they have not, fortunately, up to the present developed any such marked domestic instincts as the above mentioned. The animals themselves are 2 exceptionally fine specimens of Hungarian breed, and are of gigantic proportions. So large are they, indeed, that it seems well nigh incredible that the prescribed limits of a music hall stage should suffice for them to go through a performance which, for such enormous and usually intractable beasts, is certainly a marvel of agility and intelligence. They have been taught many of the tricks with which one inevitably associates the circus horse. In the first place, they have been broken into saddle, and are bestridden by 2 handsome young ladies in typical Spanish boys' attire, who guide and control them by means of a bit and bridle similar to those used for their equine brethren of the ring. The saddles are capacious, and fashioned somewhat after the Mexican style. The ladies career round the ring on their strange steeds, putting them through a series of intricate evolutions which include the leaping of miniature hurdles. The agility displayed by the cumbersome animals in this item is remarkable. Stout tubs are then placed in position, and the bulls mount them with apparent ease. It must have taken a clever trainer and an infinite amount of patience to induce the massive brutes to entrust their ponderous forms upon so frail a pedestal, offering, as it does, but a very insecure foothold. Though far too heavy to support themselves on their hind legs as horses are often taught to do, yet one of them, with the assistance of a second tub, raises himself into an almost upright position. As one naturally expects, all these tricks were not taught in a day. In fact, Mr. Llanos informed the writer that he had been over 3 years training these animals before he brought them to a sufficient state of proficiency to perform before the public. Bulls are remarkably difficult to train, as they do not possess the highly strung nervous system that is of great assistance to the horse trainer. They are apt to resist any attempt to coerce them, and are very slow to comprehend what is required of them, and are also subject to fits of sulkiness and obstinacy, which generally cause less patient trainers than Mr. Llanos to abandon the attempt in despair. To teach a bull to lie down at the word of command is no easy matter, yet this difficult feat is only one of many similar ones. The training of animals has been brought to such a pitch of perfection within recent years, since the universal demand for novelties on the stage has greatly increased, that it is only by accomplishing something that has hitherto not been successfully attempted that a trainer can create a sensation. It was this desire to produce a novelty that caused Mr. Llanos to look about him for some creature that had not hitherto been introduced to the public. Pigs, goats, sea lions, geese, even camels, had been taught to perform, and one enterprising individual, at least, has introduced crocodiles onto the stage. To what beast, he asked himself. Then, could he turn his attention? For a time he was at a loss to solve the problem. Though he has produced an entertainment totally dissimilar to a bullfight, it was whilst a spectator at his national pastime that the inspiration first came to him. On one occasion he was so struck by the tactics and agility of a particularly wary animal that it occurred to him that a beast that displayed such a marked amount of intelligence under such trying circumstances could have been taught to amuse the public in a less sanguinary manner. True, bulls were not remarkable for their tractability, but, nothing daunted, he procured one and experimented for months. The result was failure from a showman's point of view, as the animal proved dull and unsuitable, and had to be abandoned. From a trainer's point of view, however, the experiment was encouraging, in that it revealed to him possibilities of success, provided he could procure a more intelligent pupil.